YouTube. I'm back. It's the Red Mist at LFC Ninja. Guys, what a Merseyside derby we had going on. This game was kind of nuts. Like, it was end to end. We weren't doing that kind of dominate the game thing. It was really ping pong. It was back forward, back forward. They were attacking. I was a bit iffy at certain points. They could have gone 2-0 ahead, guys, without even a response. That's not what I was expecting to see. But look, we got ourselves together. You know, in fact, let's jump across to the tactics screen real quick. And this was the same teams that I predicted in the preview video. Go across, check that out. Otherwise, we can just continue here. Obviously, now, as you can see, I've got the Origi card. I've done it. Finally, I've done Solanke as well. So we officially have a full squad. Wicked. So as you can see, injury list, we had Oxlade-Chamberlain as normal. Lallana had a slight niggle, so he was also on the injury list. As you know, Jordan Henderson was axed from the squad because he had the red card from last game, which ruled him out. Moreno, I didn't think would make the squad. The substitute bench, Mignolet, Gomez, Klein, Fabinho, Shaqiri, Origi. I said Origi or Solanke, but then I wasn't sure if Lallana was injured or not, so I figured that maybe he would sneak on. If he didn't sneak on, maybe Moreno sneaks on. What is the point in having Klein and Moreno on the bench? So yes, and then obviously Sturridge. So guys, starting 11 that I thought was going to start is, as you see it, I thought it was going to be Trent, Dejan, Van Dijk, Robertson, back four, Alisson in goal, Gini in the middle, Mill on the right side, Keita left side, up top Firmino middle, Mane left side, Salah right side. That's what I thought the team was going to be. I thought Klopp was going to go with a 4-4-3. As usual, I do prefer that formation. Maybe it's because we had our blinding season last season. Yes, let's jump across to the actual starting lineups from the Merseyside derby, guys. We're back again, and as you can see, the Everton lineup hasn't changed. It's the same one. Sky Sports had them in a 4-4-2, which was quite interesting actually, because I thought it was more of a 4-2-3-1. Essentially, it is pretty much the same formation because, you know, Bernard and Walcott just drop back, and then you have a 4-1-1 situation. When you attack, alternate into a 4-2-3-1. So essentially it's the same formation. But I felt like it was more of a 4-2-3-1 because I felt Bernard really did get in and around. I think Trent really kind of had that on smash, but Walcott and Coleman really were trying to get in around Robertson. So that was Everton's lineup, the same as my prediction, the same team they fielded against Cardiff in their 1-0 win last weekend. Liverpool, we're going to start with our injury list, as we do, as you may know. On the bench is Oxlade-Chamberlain and Adam Lallana. Dropped from the squad was Henderson due to his red card. Lovren didn't make the squad. Solanke was also not on the bench and he was dropped from the squad. Then Klein, who was in my previewed lineup, was also dropped from the starting squad rather. Our substitutes bench, we had Naby Keita, James Milner, Divock Origi, Daniel Sturridge, Simon Mignolet, and Alberto Moreno. Not forgetting Joel Matip. So they were our 7, and Origi was that 7th man. I thought it might have been Lallana. I feel like Klopp's doing some rotating with Klein, Moreno, Lovren and Matip. Like literally, like Matip is in the squad and Lovren isn't. I don't know whether Lovren had a little injury or something, or he picked up a little something in training. But it seems like he's rotating those guys on the bench quite often more than not, which I guess is a good thing because it keeps them fresh, it keeps them on their toes in training. But yeah, onto the starting lineup now, and you guys could probably work this one out. It's not rocket science, let's face it. Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold right back, Joe Gomez and Van Dijk across the middle, Robertson, the Spanish Robertson at left back, Wijnaldum, Fabinho in the middle, Holding, Mane, Shaqiri, Firmino and Salah up top in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Now, a few quick things. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't really know if I like Salah in this lone role. I much prefer him out wide where Shaqiri is. We had to put Shaqiri in the sides. Where would I put Shaqiri? I'll play Shaqiri where Firmino is and I'll drop Firmino. I've been saying this through my other videos and again in this video as I am now. I don't know what he offers this side at the minute. We're not playing the 4-3-3. He's not doing what he was doing last season. I don't know what he does in this 4-2-3-1. If you're going to play Salah up front, switch Mane to the left, bring on Keita, play Keita left wing, and then put Shaqiri where Firmino is, or play Keita where Firmino is, and then leave Shaqiri on the left. I suppose Klopp needs something from the bench, but for me, I don't like Salah playing up top on his own. I feel like he's isolated, and I feel like he's got less space to run into. When we're in a 4-3-3 and we're counter-attack, Salah starts running from sometimes his own half, where when he's the last man, he's already on the halfway line. As we break, their defense drops, and so he could be already at the 3/4 mark of the pitch. Once a through ball comes, he's practically already on the goal line. So I much prefer him in a 4-3-3 when he's wide and he's in and out and he's getting around the back and he's doing what Salah done last season. Guys, I'm going to give Salah a 7. Firmino, I didn't really think much of him today, I'll be honest. Gonna give him a 6. I thought he was kind of really substandard and bland. Shaqiri, everybody's calling for him. Fabinho, you're calling for him. Shaqiri today, I thought he was a little bit more productive than Salah. He lost the ball far less than Salah. A 7.5 is good. Mane, for me today, was by far the best player. Nice solid 9. I thought it was fantastic. He worked the whole 90 minutes. He's one of the only players to not really get subbed anymore. He's definitely won Klopp over for some reason, because Klopp used to take him off quite a bit, but he seems to be playing the full 90, game in, game out, game in, game out. Like he's my man of the match today. Holding midfielders, I thought Weenie was a bit quiet today. Fabinho got stuck in really well, was winning challenges, light tackles, extra presence, closing the play down, etc, etc, etc. He won some good strong tackles which led to counter-attacks. Much of what we used to do last season, win the ball back as soon as we've lost it. So that was good from people. Thought Fabinho arrived at Anfield to replace Jordan Henderson. No, Fabinho wasn't bought to replace Jordan Henderson. Fabinho is a box-to-box style player. He is the version of Milner, of Origi, of Keita, of Henderson. He is like a hybrid, and he will play the box-to-box in a system like this or in a 4-3-3. We played this system primarily, I think, because it's what Klopp's gone with at home. Also, it's because it's a comfortable position for Fabinho to play in. So, yeah, today I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was pretty good. Wijnaldum, I'm going to give him like a 6.5. Is that too harsh? Wijnaldum isn't as physical as Fabinho. He doesn't get stuck in as much, but he marks spaces and tracks really well and fills gaps and shut down. I'm going to give them both a 7, actually, yeah. I think he done the same work, but in a different way. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I thought was really good today. I'm going to give him an 8. Gomez, I'm also going to give an 8. Van Dijk, I'm going to give an 8.5 because I thought he was great. Robertson, going forward, he was a bit iffy today, so I'm going to keep him at an 8. I thought the backline was solid. They're all strong numbers, and it explains the clean sheet. And the last man, Alisson, he made some fantastic De Gea-like saves. I'm going to give him a 10 today, yeah. His first 10, because you know what? It could have been 2-1 to Everton. But then it could have been 5-1 to us. It could have been 5-2 to us. And we'll go on to that right this second. Today were the ratings. And I just want to talk about from kickoff up until 22nd minute. Mane had 2 assists into Salah, who missed twice. Salah then assists Mane a few moments later, where Mane misses, right? Trent Alexander-Arnold assists Mane, where Mane misses again. Are you counting, guys? Are you counting the chances? Okay. Right, then Salah assists Firmino, and Firmino's shot misses. There's a pattern of play here, right, which I was trying to explain to loads of people, that it isn't our midfield that creates the chances for our strikers. Our strikers create chances for each other. That is what was happening last season. And this is why I'm vexed about lots of little fans talking about how we need more creativity in midfield. It wasn't that we lacked last season. We all need to look at the strikers because they were the ones that was on fire last season. They was creating for each other. And I saw a lot of it coming back today with what I'm reading now. And I'll continue. From 22 minutes up until half time, Robertson assists into Firmino. Firmino shoots. Salah assists Shaqiri. Pickford blocks the shot. You know, the one-on-one where Shaqiri should have bloody scored. Yes, that. Mane assists Salah. Salah attempts, but Coleman shields him off. That was, just by the 6-yard box. Salah lost the ball 8 times in the first half. Again, the pattern of where our actual creativity comes from. And barring the front three, it's not really the midfielders. It's actually the wing backs as well. Our wing back, Robertson and Trent, add a lot front three's attacking game, which is logical because they're always played in down the lines. And the thing is, you might have noticed, and if you watch the game again, you'll notice that Robertson didn't get right round to the corner flag that often, and nor did Trent Alexander-Arnold. And do you know why? I'll tell you why. It's because Jordan Henderson wasn't playing, because he supplies the width. And he allows those guys to get into those positions from passing from the halfway line diagonally out wide. And today, because you had Wijnaldum and Fabinho, that wasn't happening. Everything was quite central and in and around. And although we created chances in the first half primarily, we didn't score. So you can put more creativity on the pitch. Doesn't mean you're going to score. Shaqiri had probably the best chance of all. He only had 1 or 2 possibilities of an assist up until he was taken off. We are all screaming and shouting for him to come on and create, but actually, he's not really making much of a difference. It's a bit of a myth. See guys, you need to realize that again, as I said, I will reiterate to you, our creativity does not come from the midfield. It comes from the attackers. When our attackers are getting shut down, or they're not creating for each other, or they're not playing as a front 3 or front 4, we will lack creativity because that is where it comes from. Our midfield just passes into them. Whether it's a little short pass into the final third and Mane comes deep, that's a link. He's linked. He's linked the midfield to the attack. Henderson plays a little ball out wide to Salah. That is a link. It's not an assist. At that time, that is a link in the play. What Salah does in the final third is usually or possibly an assist. What Firmino would do in the final third can usually be an assist. What Mane would do in the final third, again, would usually or can be an assist. Those guys are the ones that play in and amongst each other. And that is why it's usually they are the ones getting the assists, and that is where our creativity lies. It is not from the midfield. We aren't City. The Silvers, they assist their strikers. We don't work like that. So that is what you need to understand. I'll continue. 45 up until 55 minutes, second half. Origi assists. He wanted the 1-2 with Salah, but Salah shoots from the edge of the box and it goes wide. Essentially, if Salah scores, that's a Origi assist. But the thing is here, it's a myth because Origi isn't trying to assist him. Origi wanted the 1-2, and actually, if Salah had given him the 1-2, Origi could well have been in. Origi likes to do that for Holland, and you know Ouigi's form for Holland. And I've seen Ouigi's form for Newcastle when he plays just behind the strikers. He's creative, don't get it twisted. And his team before Newcastle, when he played out wide, he is creative, don't get it twisted. Man like Salah wants to try and score. If he gives him the 1-2, what does that mean? Isn't that a striker assist? That's a Salah assist, wouldn't it? So where's the creativity? It comes from the final third. It comes from our top 3 again. Salah. It would have been a Salah assist. So guys, this is what I've been trying to explain in a lot of my videos, etc, etc, etc. And what I'm talking about is our creativity. And I'm going to keep banging this into all of your heads again and again and again. Comes from those front 3. And when they don't perform, we will struggle to create. I'll continue. 55 minutes, 65 minutes in the second half. Salah assists Mane with a layoff. Mane shoots just wide. There you go. Salah assists again. Not too long after, Mane assists Salah. Salah flagged offside. When Salah just couldn't hold his run or Mane didn't play the ball, I personally think it was Salah and he was flagged offside. At that period, we was behind on possession. We only had 38%. Everton had 65% possession at home. Although at the end of the game, we finished with the majority of possession but that was only because Everton changed tactics, brought on defenders, and kind of sat back for the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes or so. So then obviously our possession game rose because they was allowing it. It wasn't because we controlled, they allowed it. And obviously we're the home team, so we needed the points. So we had to attack, hence our tactical substitutions or Klopps substitutions, which I'll also go into soon as well. I'll continue. Second half, 65 minutes, 75 minutes. 70 minutes, Keita comes on for Shaqiri, and we change to a 4-3-3. Origi's holding, Fabinho goes to right midfield, and Keita left midfield. As again, I told you guys, Fabinho ain't about that Jordan Henderson position. Origi is much more well adapted or well suited or better suited for that Henderson role. He doesn't play it nothing like Henderson. He doesn't win the first and second balls that Henderson win. He isn't as physical as Henderson. He doesn't win the headers like Henderson wins. I'm telling you guys, we dominate games when Henderson plays. Like especially the Premier League against lower sides. We do, it's a fact. And for a derby, Henderson would have been perfect in my opinion. So we went to the 4-3-3, and obviously, you know, Salah goes out wide. Firmino comes into his normal position, and Mane stays left. I mean, I would have taken off Firmino, but saying that, he probably wouldn't have lost the ball as much as Salah. However, there was an opportunity when Firmino was in on goal and he dragged his shot wide. Had that been Salah, I would have been more positive that Salah probably would have scored. And it was on his left foot, which, you know, Salah likes the left foot. And he would have been quicker off the mark. But when it dropped to Firmino, he was always running backwards, it felt. Second half, 75 minutes, 85 minutes, 83 minutes. Firmino goes off, Origi on. Well, that's pretty much it. There weren't many chances after that. But then Origi pops up with the craziest goals ever. What a crazy goal. Absolutely bonkers. I thought, you know what, we've dropped points, it's over, these blue noses, these, oh my God. Guys, it was just, I was gutted. I was sitting there, glum face. No doubt you lot were feeling the same way. But Origi, man, what can you say? He follows it, he tracks it. Come like navigator, man knew where it was going. And he got it. Pickford mistake. People questioning the Everton defence. I don't think it was really about the Everton defence. I mean, you deal with it. You let it either go over because it looked like it was a little behind, but at the same time, just fingertips it over, concede the corner, deal with it. It might not have even been time for a corner to be taken anyway. But I'm happy he done what he done because Origi got us the 3 points, and that was really, really close. Could that be what brings home the EPL title, guys? If we win the title, we're going to look back at that game and think, fuck, Jesus, that game was the one that won us that title. Origi, you sexy man. But seriously, oh wow, I'm just, even thinking about it in my head now, my glow has just come straight back. Origi's not been around for a good while, put on the bench today. I had a feeling, like I said in my preview, that he was going to pop up. There was a spare space, and yeah, I thought Klopp would bring the guy in. I gotta say, I would like to see Origi in the squad more, and I think at the expense of Daniel Sturridge, guys. I do, really, really do. I feel like Sturridge is really slow. There was a chance when he came on, he just done a little bit too much, and Richarlison kind of just tackled him and he went over trying to claim a penalty. So yeah, had he got his shot off, he would have tested Pickford. I say Pixon. That's my friend from secondary school. I don't even talk to him. But I just think Sturridge is a little slow. And I feel like we need that little bit of pace from a striker. I think Origi is strong on the ball. He's quite direct. He's physical, you know. And Origi can header as well. And he's a big lad. He's maybe this has given him a new lease of life. Maybe it feels like a debut again. And he's got that goal, start off his Liverpool career. Maybe, you know, hopefully he really does feel resurrected. And hopefully I want to see him on the bench again for the next game. I think Sturridge should be dropped. He's been on every bench since the season started. You know, he had the one goal against Chelsea. He's come on sporadically. So, guys, yeah, my man of the match I predicted was obviously completely wrong. I went for Keita. When he came on, nothing from him. You know, it took a scrappy Origi goal to get us the 3 points. I've been disappointed in his appearances of lately. I can't lie. I'm losing a little faith in the guy. He comes on and he don't really do anything. He don't really get on the ball. He seems too scared. He seems too worried. He seems to play safe far too much. Maybe play him a bit further forward in like one of the top on the left side, Mane's position, take Mane off, you know, just to get him that confidence on the ball and get him playing a bit more. My man of the match didn't turn out very correct. And obviously it wasn't 2-0, it was 1-0. My scorers, you know, who I predicted, that wasn't the case because it was Origi. No, actually, my man of the match was Van Dijk. And I've chosen Mane, but Van Dijk was, you know, I think I gave him the second highest rating. So it was close. That wasn't a bad effort. So, Klopps substitutions, guys. Well, we saw Roberto Firmino departed on 84 minutes and Divock Origi came on. As you know, he scored the winner. Mohamed Salah departed on 75 minutes and on came Daniel Sturridge. And lastly, Xherdan Shaqiri departed on 71 minutes and on came Naby Keita. For Everton, 63 minutes, Theo Walcott came off and on came Ademola Lookman, who actually I really like. He's a really good little player, Ademola Lookman. And then Bernard also came off on 90 minutes for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who came on at 89 minutes. And then lastly, Kurt Zouma came on in the 91st minute for Gylfi Sigurdsson. They were the substitutions for both sides. There was no red cards. There was no injuries that I'm aware of. I think Walcott may have had a slight hamstring niggle, but who cares? And then obviously there was no penalties. So yeah, guys, I think that is all for this post-match review of the Merseyside derby. Liverpool won 1-0 full time. So guys, I've been Red Mist at the LFC Ninja. Let's do this.